Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Resonance. I'm Mark, and I'm so happy you're here with me today. One of the biggest goals for English learners is to speak confidently in real conversations. Maybe you've studied grammar, maybe you know a lot of vocabulary, but when it comes to speaking, you freeze or you feel nervous. Don't worry, this is normal. And today we're going to talk in detail about how to build strong conversation skills in English. Improving your conversation takes time, but it doesn't have to feel impossible. In fact, every small practice you do adds up. It's like building muscles. The more you train, the stronger you become. If you give yourself patience and practice regularly, you will notice your progress. Some learners feel comfortable after a few months of daily speaking practice, while for others, it can take a year or more. The important thing is that every day you are moving forward. So, let's explore the steps you can take to make your English conversation stronger. The first and most important step is to practice speaking every single day. Even if you don't have a partner, you can speak to yourself. You can describe your actions out loud. I am cooking dinner. I am washing the dishes. I am sending a message to my friend. These simple sentences may sound small, but they train your brain to think directly in English. You can also use a mirror. Look at yourself and practice saying short sentences. Pretend you are talking to a friend. For example, you could say, "Hi, how are you today?" "I'm doing well, thank you. I went to school this morning, and later I will meet my friend." Speaking in front of a mirror helps you with confidence because you see your expressions and hear your own voice. Another key step is to focus on useful phrases. Real conversation is built from common expressions, not from complicated grammar rules. For example, instead of worrying about using advanced structures, learn to say, "That sounds good. I'm not sure about that. Can you explain that again?" These are expressions people use all the time, and if you practice them, you'll sound more natural. Now, let's talk about listening. To speak well, you must listen well. Listening helps you understand how words are used in real life. Pay attention to rhythm, stress, and intonation. For example, in English, we often stress the important words in a sentence. Instead of saying everything flat, you hear, "I did my homework," or "I'm going to the store." By listening carefully, you can copy this natural style in your own speech. Let's try repeating together. I'll say a sentence, and you repeat after me. I want to improve my English speaking. I am practicing every day. I am not afraid of mistakes. Great work. Each time you repeat, you are training your muscles and your memory to speak more clearly. Another important step is to practice with other people. If you can, find a friend who is also learning English and agree to speak only in English for a few minutes each day. You can ask each other simple questions like, "What did you do today?" or "What are your plans for tomorrow?" These short conversations help you build fluency and reduce fear. If you don't have a partner, that's okay. You can also record your own voice. For example, tell a short story about your day and listen back. You might notice mistakes, or maybe you realize your pronunciation is not clear in some places. Don't be discouraged. Recording yourself is like having a teacher inside your phone. It shows you where you can improve. And remember, mistakes are your friends. every mistake you make is proof that you are learning. Think about children learning their first language. They make hundreds of mistakes every day, but they don't stop. They keep speaking, and little by little, they become fluent. You should do the same. Now, let's talk about asking questions. A good conversation is not about speaking a lot. It's about sharing ideas. When you ask questions, you make the conversation flow. Try to ask open questions, not just yes or no questions. For example, instead of asking, "Do you like sports?" ask, "What kind of sports do you like?" This invites the other person to share more and gives you more chances to practice listening and responding. Pronunciation is also important. You don't need a perfect accent, but you do need to be clear. Focus on pronouncing words slowly and carefully. One great technique is shadowing. This means listening to a sentence in English and then repeating it immediately, copying the sound and rhythm as closely as you can. For example, if you hear, "How are you doing today?" you try to repeat it exactly the same way. This builds fluency and confidence.